Hello, welcome back to the ESL Pro League North America Division. Match day number 15 of Season 5, and we've just seen Immortals come back from what was looking like almost certain defeat to come away with the win on train. 16-14, super close. We thought this matchup was going to be super close. I said I thought it was going to be a 1-1, and I guess it's now up to NRG to fulfill their end of the bargain. They need to close this one out. They need to get some points on the board.
Not on their map pick, though. It is Cache, which is luckily a map where every single team should know, but Cache sometimes is a weak point. And NRG going to be a little bit shell-shocked after dropping so many rounds in a row. Going to be looking to, you know, just slowly build up their composure again. Look to build rounds, pistol round, anti-ecos. They got to win their anti-ecos this time on the CT side.
Yeah.
It all boils down to their CT side.
Yeah, looks like things are going pretty well for Renegades as well over on the other side of our broadcast. The mainstream taking that game. Renegades winning 16-11 in the first map, currently up 6-2 on Mirage. That's good news for us, good news for Renegades, who have actually been having some roster changes. Yam had to come back to Australia here due to some, I believe, personal concerns. And so, wish him the best, but hopefully things are going to be good for him. Hopefully things are going to be good for Renegades as well, because it would be a shame to see that team fall apart. But now only a few of the original members remaining. Now, though,
diversifying is always good. Yeah. Getting a good team of mixed talent, seeing what works out, and just trying to gel together. I mean, that's what NRG is. It's a team of mixed talent. Yep. We would have initially thought it doesn't work out, and sure, they had a rough match against Immortals just then, but they're going to be looking to come back strongly on Cache.
Yeah, that is the key one to look at here, if that's what we're seeing on our stream. So, at the final map now, and NRG currently down, currently moving over to Immortals map pick. It's not looking like a great situation for them, even though they were able to keep it relatively competitive in that one. They should have closed it out. They should have done better than what they did. And to be able to move over, or to be moving over to your opponent's map pick after having suffered a defeat like that, it can't be a good feeling.
It absolutely isn't. And this is really up towards Daps and Marky to step up. They had a very, very lackluster game on train. And when, especially on the CT side, if you have two of the members not doing their job and holding onto the A site, what can you do? I rarely saw Daps or Marky on the kill feed. I think I saw Daps maybe twice on the CT side, which is just not good enough. No. It's especially considering Breezy also cooled down a lot. He was trying to stay too safe. I would like NRG to kind of go, Breezy, push this line, we'll flash you in, get the kills, and just go huge. Yeah. But he just played safe. He lost too many members, no territory, and then he had too many lines to watch. Really the Henny problem on the CT side for Immortals.
He probably could have afforded to play a little bit more aggressive there as well, given that they had so many rounds heading into the second half. It was 10-5, they are off the T side, onto the CT side, what should be the favourable side, and they had, what, like 10 rounds to play with, or 11 rounds to play with, essentially, and it just didn't work out for him. The only one for me that did really anything on the CT side there for NRG was Peter, and that was only towards the end of things as well, where the AWP started to get warmed up. They got a few rounds in a row because of it, but he wasn't doing that much early on in the second half. He wasn't that impressive on the first half either. So hopefully we will see Breezy and Peter stepping up here at the same time on Cache and just putting the sword to Immortals. But in saying that, Immortals were looking very, very good there as well. Coming back, they all seem to be showing up and doing a lot of work.
Seems to be endemic at the moment. All the teams looking great on the T side, but looking just weak. As I was using Apple Crumble earlier.
Yeah.
It's very, very similar towards Apple Crumble in substance on their CT side. Just so many holes.
Very aptly.
As soon as a spoon goes in, it just breaks apart.
Good for dessert.
It's very tasty.
I'm ruining your analogy, aren't I?
I'm hungry now.
Yeah.
Who would like some apple crumble and ice cream?
Yeah.
Not over here in Australia. It's starting to cool down. Maybe over towards America, it's starting to heat up.
You can heat up the apple crumble and then it's warm.
True, but not with the ice cream.
Yeah, but that's the best bit, right? That's the best bit. It's the hot and the cold.
Kind
of like how some of the teams have been tonight, hot and cold.
Pretty much. Pretty much. The only team that was looking better towards the end of their CT half was Luminosity. Speaking of Brazilian teams, it's Immortals going to be on the T side, and this is NRG's turn to strike, but Dap's already tagged down towards 7 HP, and Henny is just going, come on, mate, pick. I know you want to. Just waiting as Lucas going to be slowly crawling out of Z as well.
Good start for Immortals. They got control of the mid area. They know where Daps is. This should be a free pick for them.
Nope. Fugly gets the first pick, and Daps is still alive as Fugly picks up 2 kills from Z. He picks up 3 headshots in a row. And Immortals just trying too desperately to shut down Daps, and he was just bait the entire time, and it's successful.
Yeah.
They've lured in a huge shark, well, 3 very big sharks, and Daps is still alive.
All right.
They can still throw him and go, hey guys, want to kill Daps? At the very least, Bolts does pick off one, but Marky, that's what he needs to do in the CT half.
That is sharp. Bolts, well, he doesn't even have control of the bomb here. It's sort of out in the middle of nowhere, but that's a good shot. That opens things up a little bit. He may be able to just sneak across and get the bomb over to default, plant it. There's no one coming from A main, so that'll give him a chance, but the CTs here, it should still be easy cleanup for them. 3 versus 1. He's a quad, and he's only got a Glock.
20 bullets to work with, though. If he's able to take the one-on-ones properly with the headshot range, it could have turned out to be something special, but he was unable to find the head of Marky. Marky does not drop the opportunity, and NRG will pick up the pistol round once again, but they got to secure the anti-eco. We've seen when the pistol round the CT side to immediately drop to the anti-eco. They have to be a lot more confident and utilize the rifles well.
Yeah. Immortals, are they going to force into this one? They do get the bomb down, so it would probably make a bit more sense if they would just save this and
they forced up AKs.
But there you go.
I think Bolt's dropping the AK-47. The sacrificial lamb going, FNX, I wish you Godspeed. Go destroy the enemy team for me. I'll die. I will die for you. He has no body armor. He only has a Desert Eagle. So FNX rewarding the faith, but Marky trading out. What a flick from Marky to also take down Steel. Some early pressure being nullified, but Lucas just spotting. He sees that there are 2 on the A bomb site and wants to get the flank towards Z. But Marky's moving back, but Lucas has spotted him out, but he's making a complete meal of the Desert Eagle shots. And Marky will be able to clean up as the rest of Immortals now pushing on towards the A-bomb side, and he leading the charge to the AK-47. Takes a lot of damage. He will lose his life as well. And now it's off to Bolts with the Desert Eagle. Great headshot towards Breezy. Also tags Marky down, but he's dinked down towards 5 HP, which means Daps can clean up with the UMP. Good round from Marky. This is what we wanted to see.
Yeah, I'm still not sure here for NRG if they're going to be feeling particularly comfortable after those couple of rounds, because it was close. It has been close. And Immortals doing a good job so far. But good start at least for NRG. Getting those rounds on the board, that's what's important. Take it a round at a time. Don't let things happen like they did on a train. But starting off kind of well on the CT side. Can't read into it too much though. Only a couple of rounds off the back of the pistol as well.
At least they won the anti-eco. That was the dangerous round because we saw NRG lose a lot of the anti-ecos where they take the buy round and then drop the anti-eco. So at least positive signs on their CT half this time round on Cache.
We're going to see some more positive signs though for the rest of this half.
That's what we need to
see. Because Immortals have looked dangerous when they were on their T side. Similarly, their CT side, it wasn't great, but it wasn't terrible either.
Fast action towards Highway. Immortals do have P250s. If they get a little bit too close, it may be painful. They spot out 2 towards Checkers. That's going to be Breezy and Daps, and the pressure is going to be placed on towards Breezy, who is tapping away, able to get more kills, and Daps still close range with the MP9, dancing around. Peter does get dinked out, but he's still able to get the kill, and it's Daps dropping the bomb all up to FNX with the P250 lurking towards Sunroom.
You know where he is now as well. Pretty good anti-eco from NRG. Well, not just pretty good, it's basically as good as it could be. Excellent, in fact. And they take those guns all through to the next round here, not having to reinvest in any armor or anything like that either. Do they upgrade these weapons, though? Always hesitant when you see 3 SMGs.
I'd like to see Daps upgrade the M4. It's good to see the anti-eco kills going towards the favor of the players that struggled on train. Marky and Daps, sure, it's anti-eco kills, but anything to build up the confidence to at least go, we can take on Immortals. We can get these kills working in their favor. Fugly taken out, but Peter trading back with the UMP. Lucas trying to spray through the smoke. It's not going to find any opportunities. And Breezy has managed to sneak his way into A main, trying to play at the edge of the smoke, but Henny decides to back off. Not a good decision to challenge.
No, not at all. Right now, Immortals. Hard to say who's got the advantage here, but generally speaking, when the CTs do have 4 and the Ts have 4, favors the Ts, opens up the bomb sites, and you can see that as well at the moment. NRG only have 1 player over to the A site. He's been spotted out as well. So that's not too good here right now for NRG. They're going to rotate another player up. I think they are. Marky headed in that direction, though. He's perhaps just going to watch mid here.
Peter's still holding towards Vent, so they know that they can't come out mid unless they have to take down one of the NRG players. And it's going to be Peter. He's tagged down low. Immortals will be busting out at mid, probably collapsing on the B side depending on how FNX is playing, but damage done by Breezy. Peter dancing around. Information should be conveyed towards him, and Immortals, if they get the off timing, no, they find the perfect timing to take down Peter, and Marky does allow one to escape towards Vent. And this means Immortals can come towards the B side. Daps has so much work to do with the MP9. Pressure being placed as they all line up, and he can't do enough damage.
Nope. NRG, this is going to be them probably losing this round, though. 15 seconds, the bomb should go down pretty safely. There's no way that Marky can deny that. 2 low HP players, though. If he can find a pick here, he can definitely go for this. But finding that pick is going to be difficult. Immortals have been playing so disciplined so far tonight. Not allowing anything to go the way of NRG, and there you go. Perfect timing from Lucas. First round on the board for Immortals in the first gun round as well. That has to be a good feeling. Getting them on the board earlier than they might have necessarily been able to do, but need to capitalize on that. Put a couple on the board in a row here. If they win this one, resets the economy of NRG, and then they're right back in at 3-3. But if they lose this, NRG starts to pull ahead a little bit more. And so Immortals, it's an important round for them.
Up in the hands of Peter. Last round, NRG had more SMGs, and it's going to be Steel coming fast up. That flashbang's not going to hit. Peter just watching the line, and he'll be able to escape alive, taking a little bit of damage. A parting shot from Immortals, but FNX, I believe, actually tagged through the smoke down to 12. Maybe in a dink from the M4. That may just have been Marky's M4 doing the damage, and Lucas also on 66. So a good start for NRG as Marky wants to reapply the pressure. Coming straight towards A main and getting spammed very heavily through lockers. Henny taking some more damage, but Marky will be able to get out safe and sound. Peter and Marky low. FNX and Henny low. Still, Immortals have no way to get to one site just yet.
A rotation over to the B site from Immortals, but look at the read from NRG. They've already sent almost all 3 of them headed in the direction of the B site. Fugly, that's a good kill onto Lucas, though. Does make things even easier for NRG now. And NRG just leaving that one player up by truck. The rest still ready for the rotate.
Slowly
playing
safe,
though. And Breezy, he'll be the first one to get contacted by the looks of things here on the B site, but he's got a lot of backup. There's a player in sort of tree room and another player on the site. Breezy drops that Molotov. That forces FNX back. He's only on 12 HP, can't afford to touch those flames. Another Molotov comes across, and that should force the other guys back as well. And Immortals, I don't even know if they're going to have time to get into the site here.
20 seconds left. NRG, they're sussing it out because Immortals are using a lot of utility, and they know that this is the go
15.
signal. Marky is just holding on. 12 seconds to get onto the bomb site, but Dap's able to shut one off. Henny trying to get the trade, but it's a little bit too late. But FNX takes out. Oh, FNX does get the kill, but Henny, he's gotten all the headshots. He's going headshot after headshot after headshot, but he's gotten off it.
That's so disappointing. It was almost something for Henny there. But in the end, just the timer running down too low. It was really the Molotovs coming out so late from NRG, just denying that push from Immortals, and what could have been if they had have had 2 more seconds there to plant that bomb. In the end, though, NRG come away with a victory in the round. They will reset the economy here of the Ts, but looks like the Ts are going to have enough money to buy anyway. It's going to be a force. It's not going to be a great one, but they want to respond right back.
Peter still has the AWP in his hands, and NRG were able to take 1 rifle over alongside the AWP. They do have to reinvest, so Immortals, even if they are unable to take the round, if they're able to do the economical damage, that should be their overall goal for this. Take as many guns as they can in the next 2 rounds. Do the damage, then come back strong with the AK-47s, maybe even the AWP on Henny, and then shut down NRG.
Well, can they shut down NRG at the moment? Because NRG is looking quite comfortable on this CT side. Not perfect. The rounds have been relatively close, but they've always sort of gone the way that NRG would have wanted them to in the end. Obviously, there's the exception of that one single round that Immortals did pick up, but 4-1, if you can continue to trade 4 rounds for 1, eventually NRG is going to be at 12-3. They'll be very happy with that, but I think that might be a little bit out of the realms of possibility. A lot of those rounds that we've got so far from NRG off the back of the pistols and the anti-ecos, but still, it's a good start. It's a good foundation to build upon now, and they need to make sure that they don't let Immortals come back into this one too early. This is a round that NRG should win. They need to win, so that they can continue just to grind those rounds out and keep Immortals in that back corner, backing away, trying to play safe and trying to get something on the board. As soon as Immortals get something, then they might start to run away with this. But good work from Fugly in mid. You see the kills going across for NRG. Not much to say about it, really. It was just good aim from NRG, and Immortals go down in that round. They will have to eco this.
This is the critical difference. Marky is now suddenly gained the confidence back. We saw him missing for the majority of Train.
Yeah.
We saw him generally the first one to die, or maybe just getting one kill, but it's too late. Now he's holding on alongside with his teammates. He's trusting himself a little bit more. Daps, still a little bit questionable. He's missing all of the M4 sprays, which he needs to hit, especially when you're holding Vent. That's such a critical position that you need to be able to hold on to. Immortals charging straight towards the A site, looking just to get the bomb plant down after the smoke fades. HE grenade should do a little bit of damage. Not enough, though, because Immortals have crossed to the other side. If NRG dropped this, it would be a severe disappointment. They have to keep these M4s to the next round, as well as the AK-47s.
Yeah, definitely. And they have dropped rounds before to the ecos, so they don't want to do that again. The NRG is in a really good position here just to completely shut Immortals out of this CT side and continue to do so. It looks like that's what's going to happen. Bolts does get one, and he another onto Peter, but overall the trade's still going the way of NRG. One gun picked up there by Bolts for Immortals. The bomb should go down, and now we'll see NRG trying to retake again. That's at least good for Immortals, getting the bomb down, getting some guns out of the hands of NRG, and starting to make things look a bit more difficult. Bolts finding another one. 2 versus 2 on the retake here. Fugly, the one with the AK, has to get the work done. Daps actually does manage to take down Bolts in the meanwhile. And Daps will retrieve the AK as the defuse comes across from Fugly. Around again on the board for NRG. It's good.
But it's costly.
But it is costly, exactly. They lose a lot of guns there. The economy, it's still looking okay for NRG, but after they rebuy all of these guns, there's going to be a few players down to around 1,000 or low-ish kind of money. It's not great. You really want to be seeing better from Immortals when they're up 6-1. They've been winning so many rounds, but you just feel as though if Immortals can get one here, 1 or 2 rounds, they're going to force NRG back on the eco and start to pull their way back into this map.
So NRG going to get aggressive early on towards A main. Henny leading the charge towards Squeaky alongside with Steel. Still having a quiet game. Hasn't picked up a kill in this entire half. He wants to try to make an impact soon. 2 within Squeaky. No one actually in A main. This may be problematic as NRG have taken control of A. The bomb really can't exit. FNX is aware of this potential and Marky just edge spotting it. Shoulder peeking. Able to go. There's one waiting there. Henny taking damage from the Molotov. Marky trying to get out alive, just crouching underneath forklift. There's Molotovs and flashbangs coming forward, and Henny taking a lot of damage. There is a smoke grenade from his teammate to save him. And Henny's trying to find the gap inside the smoke, but the HE grenade doesn't damage him. And Peter trying to go for the wallbang. This is scary. Henny decides to go for the counter wallbang. So a bit of trick shotting happening between the two AWPers, but nothing's happening. No hit markers to signify whether or not you're actually getting the shots forward.
He's in a dangerous spot here, doesn't have any backup. He has to get the frag here. He has to go for one at least. They knew where he was, and he does go down. Not much that he could do there aside from try and take that duel, but would have liked to have seen maybe someone else from NRG ready to peek in and try and get a trade or something like that. Puts them in a position where now Immortals could potentially get this round, but again, Immortals are left it very, very late, and NRG have late round utilities to hold them off. Great stuff from Fugly, finding 2 from what is generally speaking a one-and-done position by that forklift. He's going to go for another, and he gets that as well. 13 seconds on the clock. Immortals, this round is done. NRG just shutting out
Fugly, ace!
He gets 5. NRG, oh my goodness. 7 on the board. Immortals just capitulating right now.
Fugly was performing well in Train. Not probably to the extent that Breezy was in the T half. Maybe not towards Peter in the CT half, but he was consistently doing the damage. And now he single-handedly, mainly, the damage was done earlier on by Marky as well as grenades and the orbs. But still to come through and just completely shred through Immortals who had armor, who had the AK-47. That is going to be confidence boosting for NRG and expect them to push the nail in towards Immortals' coffin even further.
Yeah, this should be 8 here. Immortals again back on an eco round. A little bit of armor on Steel and Bolts, but aside from that, nothing to speak of. And Breezy, he finds the first. Could have potentially had the second if he held that line, but Bolts starting to... Well, I thought he was going to push through the smoke, but decides to back off here. Still, good start for NRG. We see Peter as well across the map, finding one onto Henny. Trades coming back for Immortals, but really not enough at this point. NRG just making themselves look even better on this CT side. And Immortals, they have got some work to do because 8 for the CT here of NRG. It's not too bad right now. It can go better, but Immortals, They are in desperate need of some rounds right now.
They should be able to take the AWP off Peter. Nope, Peter has backed off towards the A site, so Bolt's going to be dancing around. They suspect that he was towards B main after Breezy was able to take the first kill. Heard a couple more Deagle shots, and now Immortals. This is looking dire. Down 8-1. Would not be surprised to see a tactical pause called after this round.
I think they need it. Unless they kind of consider this round a tactical pause. They've had a lot of time to talk while Bolts has just been surviving right now. So that could be maybe an argument for not taking a tac pause next round. If they do lose the next one, though, then I think they definitely need to take one.
But if they lose the next one, they won't have the economy to force up. So they have a tac pause coming through.
Yep. Makes sense.
As expected. What would it be expected if it was NRG taking a tac pause?
Yeah.
That would be a surprise.
That is true.
I see Luminosity do that a lot. All right, so Luminosity going to... Okay, they're winning. They're calling attack pause.
Yep.
They just wanted to make sure they have the pathways to figure out exactly how to take the victory.
At the moment, NRG sitting up 8-1.
It's attack pause for NRG?
No, I think that was a lie.
Oh.
They were trolling us.
Oh.
It's Immortals, I'm pretty sure. But
it was just a prank, bro.
It was there for like half a second just to get... It baited you in.
It got me. There we are. It's Immortals.
Yeah, it is Immortals. It makes sense for it to be Immortals right now, and they are in desperate need of some rounds. They probably need to get to at least 6. If they can do that, then I think that's still a pretty good first half. But the way that NRG is playing, it's not looking like it's going to be possible. In saying that, though, Immortals, when they did take attack pause last half, or last map, they were able to just sort of close out a bunch of rounds after that. So maybe there is something to take away from it. Right now, they'd be talking about what they've noticed on the CT side, what they can maybe take advantage of from NRG. At the moment, though, it just doesn't seem like there's any weaknesses for NRG. Both
B-side. It'd be B-side. So? It would be B-side 100%. Immortals won the round from a 3 and 4 on the B-side.
Yeah, so, but even still, like, I feel as though the B-side is not anything like a sure means for Immortals right now. Probably is, yes, of the two, the weaker side. But the way NRG is playing, they're still looking reasonably strong on the B side. The rotations come across pretty quickly as well from NRG, and now NRG taking control of mid. So that's just another area of the map that Immortals are going to have to fight for, use their limited utilities to try and take control of, and potentially risk their lives in doing so.
Heavy mid presence coming out from both sides. Breezy, he needs to be cautious because Molotovs will be flung in his direction, and there is one on Boost ready to take him out as soon as he tries escaping. He's playing underneath Boost. Flashbangs coming through. He does have support from Fugly and Daps. He just needs to find the timing. The timing on the entry is so critical. There's a Molotovs. Daps is going to be a non-factor, and FNX going to open the party up. Headshot towards Breezy, and Lucas also getting one as well. So damage done by Immortals. They've cracked it open, and Peter's also down to 15 HP as well. So it's up to Daps and Marky to try to hold on, and Marky by himself, and he can't even take down FNX. FNX on 12 HP, having a stroll through. Another headshot, and Peter trying his best to equalize the numbers. But Daps just lurking around. Surely has found out. Lucas knows.
This is much better for Immortals. That little bit of a pause time, it seems to have done wonders for their aim. They've kind of just walked in here and absolutely demolished some of those NRG players. 4 on the board still alive when Immortals win that round. So it's the first convincing round that we've really seen from them this half. NRG, look at the economy though. It's good enough to buy into this one. Probably not good enough to buy again though. So at least Immortals have been keeping that in check. And there's a chance now that if Immortals win this round, they do start to build upon it. NRG, important one for them, just so that they can really take control of this first half once again and shut out Immortals.
Immortals have realized mid-control is most likely the critical part of taking control of the rest of the map. But NRG have pushed towards Squeaky. Will be getting control, and Steel is trying to regather that side. But Marky with the M4 just too strong, able to get the kill. Tagged down to 41, but he's still alive, which means he can stay on the site, play defensive, and hold on. Immortals down a member. It's going to make their attack just that little bit more dilute. And doesn't spell well, because if you give NRG an all around, that's 9-2. Momentum back, or the sails back in their wind. Wind back in the sails. Sail back in their winds.
Yeah.
Well, that is one way of butchering a saying.
Yeah, you usually like the poet when you're casting. You make up all those
Float
nice
like
sayings.
A butterfly.
Float like a butterfly. That was a good one last night. But this time, it's all gone wrong for you. Maybe just like Immortals right now, but at least they're trying to come back into it, giving it a good crack.
Over to take down Fugly, but Well, they're still going to pass through the A site, and that's a little bit difficult because Marky is able to get one towards A main, and Peter just peeking out, take down FNX, the Danger Man, and Bolts. Well, he had to hope for something incredible.
He gets
unfortunately, he's not Mr. Incredible.
Yeah, Peter, good stuff from him with that AWP. Starting to show up again now for NRG, and that's not a good situation for Immortals. They get one, and then their economy resets. They will be able to buy into it, but what is Henny going to be able to grab? It just looks like a Deagle. So a Galil and a Deagle for Bolts and Henny respectively. AKs for the rest of them. NRG poised to take this one through to 10, potentially even more right now. Immortals are just floundering on the T side of Cache.
NRG have stepped the game up as well. Marky now going 1-1 apiece. Breezy has been spotted out by Bolt, so there is a suspicion that Daps is once again back in vent. But with no Molotovs, or the single Molotov and Lucas, they have to decide whether it's worth trying to flush out vent. Where are these smoke grenades going to go? Peter's got the AWP trained on Garage, and there's Fugly once again at Highway. FNX, he's got to recreate some magic. Lucas is going to be leading the charge, and Daps going to be exiting vent after he's going to be mollied off. Breezy still playing close. He's going to be blinded out by a teammate's flashbang. NRG, this is much better play. Just leave mid open. Funnel the rest of Immortals into their crosshairs. They're more than confident to play the crossfires.
Fugly very, very close at the moment to FNX, but as of yet, FNX not peeking onto the A-bomb side, and the main attack from Immortals is in mid. Does look like the rotation coming across from Bolts. He will join FNX in A main. It will be an A split. Fugly, though, answering this well. Henny takes a bit of damage as well, but he does manage to actually trade out Fugly. There we go, Marky drops the bomb. This should be an early rotate. Already, the NRG players are rotating across. There's not much time to work with for Immortals once more, and if they lose another bomb carrier, this could potentially be the round over. Daps does manage to grab Henny. Whoa, that's a good shot from FNX. And 2 versus 2. It's still doable for Immortal, but Breezy, oh, what? He could have shut that round down then and there, but he just gets flicked around upon by FNX, and the job, it is going to be needing to be done by Daps. A big job for him to do as well. No utilities, just a defuse kit, though FNX hasn't managed to make his way off the bomb default spot, so he could be an easy pickup for Daps, but Daps doesn't know that he's still there.
Daps just dancing around, trying to isolate it to 2 one-on-ones. How quickly does the game change around? He takes out FNX, but he's on 1 HP. All Bolts need to do, single shot, and he will be able to land it. Immortals will drop NRG, and this is shaping up to be a much better half, or to have the potential of being a better half.
Potentially.
It's still 3-9, but NRG, their economy is not great. They're taking so much damage round after round, and they've severely dropped the ball on that.
Breezy is going to be very disappointed with how that round turned out for him. He was behind them, and he could have gotten that round win for NRG, but lets it go. Lets it slip. It really matters. Immortals now in with a chance to bring this one back to 9-6, which all things considered would not be too bad of a half at all. Fugly, though, he's going to even see if he can say anything about that. Not too much to be said, though. Peter actually finding 2.
That's hello.
Okay.
We'll be able to grab that. But Henny coming out from mid, able to get the one-for-one trade. And all up to Peter. Last man left standing, but Bolts a secured tree, and Peter saving the AK-47 may not be a bad decision.
Yeah, I agree.
No, he's going back to Troc. Scary, because Bolts has managed to make his way towards tree. He's going to spot out Peter. 4 rounds on the board for Immortals. Looking to take 2 more. NRG. They can bind this, but it is a very poor buy, but they're going to do it anyway.
Is it worth it? What do you think?
They've got to rely on their aim. So far, Immortals have been able to crack open the midway point, and the aim's been failing on some points. Breezy, only 6 kills this round, on this half. He needs to step up his game.
The thing that's been so good for NRG, though, on this CT side, I feel, has been the utility use, where they've been able to just save it so late into the round and force Immortals to play so slowly and come into the bomb site so late that it really forces the mistakes out of Immortals, but won't be an option here for NRG. They are going to have to rely on their aim. They don't have any utilities. They've got 1 smoke and 1 flashbang left on the field. Breezy gets some early damage across, but nothing really to write home about. FNX still fairly healthy on 34 HP, and NRG, they don't have anything to fall back on now. It's just the aim, it's just the rotations. If they can get the early rotations maybe working, that can be something that could throw a spanner in the works for Immortals, but
they're just crawling back. So they use a few early smoke grenades, knowing that Breezy has made contact, and they just crawl back to A site. It's only Marky on A site, and he's got so much work to do. Uses the final smoke grenade, and he's actually going to push towards A main. Spots nothing close, but there are a lot of members that are about to barrel down upon him.
There are. But he needs to do this work.
He needs to make his mark right now, and he's not going to do it.
Not good enough. 10 damage, or 10 HP left on Lucas. He needed to get more than that. Peter now with the AWP. Let's see what he can do. Steal on the rotation, or cutting off the rotation, really, for NRG. Doing a lot of work, and Immortals, they're going to be happy with that. 2 for 1 overall. Peter does at least trade him out, but I believe it's going to be NRG trying to save this one through to the next round. They've really allowed Immortals to come back into this first half. NRG, they were set up to get 11-4, get 12-3, but 9-5 now. Could potentially be 9-6 even, if Immortals continue the way that they're looking in the last few rounds. 10-5 though, wouldn't be too bad for NRG. I mean, 9-6 is not bad, right? It's not doom and gloom, but just the fact that they were in a position to put this through to something much better than what they are at now, that NRG surely has to be disappointed.
Absolutely. They were up 9-2. Imagine if they ended at the half 13-2. Just have to win the pistol, a couple of anti-ecos on the T side, and you're home free. That said, Immortals have just grinded their way. This is exactly what they did on their side of train, on the T side of train. They were down, they just slowly just pushed forward, had a tactical pause, the rounds came back in their favor. They're just reading what NRG are doing, and into the final round, this should be Immortals, barring a huge play coming out from the UMPs on the side of NRG.
Alrighty, here we go. NRG changing things up, getting real fast control in towards mid. Are they actually going to go and try and push out through this smoke? That could be something that they might have expected. It'll be a counter boost here from Fugly. Steel is watching it, and there's just little terrorist faces you pop up. Not what you want to see as a CT. Hello. But doesn't cost NRG at that point. No headshot comes across from the AK. Immortals, though, making their way towards the A site. The smoke is still there, but they walk out through it, and they pick up the entry frag. FNX, in fact, actually finding 2. Immortals, great work from them. The A-bomb site completely open, and FNX gets his 3rd for the round, really starting to step up here right now for Immortals. Steel catching the rotation of Fugly. There's nothing that poor old Daps can do. 1 versus 5. This is going to be a 9-6 half.
Yeah, Bolt's on the lurk. Should be able to get the kill, unless Daps does check the corner, and will be able to get the headshot. So 9-6. It's pretty good for Immortals.
Yeah, good comeback from Immortals in that one. We'll see whether or not they can continue the momentum through into the second half.
Hey Future Pros, we have a flash for you that should aid in pushing through the monster tunnel on Overpass. This flash should leave your teammates unaffected while the CTs should be blind as heck. To do this flash, line yourself up over the tip of this bottle. Aim over the wall slightly and to the right and then throw the flash. That's it. This should make the Rush B Don't Stop strat work way more in your favor. You ready? Huh? Hey, easy boy, huh? You ready? Huh?
Start your esports career now at play.eslgaming.com.
I can't understand people watching somebody play a computer game.
It's still not a sport.
It shouldn't be on a sports network.
But I don't know if athlete is the right word.
Hello and welcome back to the ESL Pro League North America. We have one half of Counter-Strike left for tonight. It is Immortals, and they are currently up against NRG. They've done a good job to be able to come back into that first half, at least making it look competitive. Moving over to their CT side, they might have had enough there on that T side to give them a good shot here.
Absolutely. It was 9-2 at one stage. NRG looking in complete domination, especially after Fugly's ace. Oh, NRG gonna be... We'll be happy with 9-6. But knowing they could have had so much more is going to make them feel a little bit disappointed in themselves. They're just going to wave that off and go, all right, it's a new round, it's a new day. We're going to dink out FNX and Hanny very early on. Going to make them regret they went to the CT side. Take the pistol, as well as the two anti-ecos to bring it back, or to push their lead forward towards 12-6.
Well, Immortals, they do want to get this pistol round, and it's not looking so good right now. NRG full control of the A-bomb site. They've got someone watching the rotations. It's Marky. He goes 1 for 1, which is good enough considering he gets the information, as well as the fact that a lot of these NRG players are very, very healthy. Not so for Immortals. The Molotov as well. That's going to be big for Breezy because there's nothing to stop Immortals. I mean, there's nothing to stop that Molotov.
There's that smoke. That will stop it.
Yeah, it will. But they stopped that player from the defuse, and now... Oh, come on.
Oh, Breezy!
What?
Oh, Breezy! No!
Oh, no!
Surely they can't get away with that, and they do!
That looked all so good for NRG. So good. And then that happens.
There were like 2 kits on Immortals, and they just go, yeah, let's not deal, let's just go straight for the bomb. And there was only one person who was watching the bomb, that was Breezy, and he lost himself inside the smoke. He was just going, oh my... So when smoke gets in your eyes, can't really see that well, can't get the kills. Does get the knife kill as a consolation prize, but you lose the round.
Yeah, they should have won that round, NRG. It was looking good, so good for them as well, but now they will have a bit more of a fight to do here. Immortals should be able to equalize this to 9-9. NRG ecoing this one out. They probably eco the next one out as well. Although they got the bomb down. Okay, so they will be able to buy next round. They do have to sacrifice this one would think. Dap's trying to make his way in. The bomb's actually dropped all the way on the A-bomb site, so Immortals know exactly what they need to do. Let's hold the A-bomb site. They do that very, very well, not losing a single gun. So, good anti-eco for Immortals.
NRG, their time to strike back. If Immortals take this, well, we could be in a long half.
We could definitely be.
So
go again to like
match.
Almost overtime. Yeah, exactly.
Almost overtime, maybe even overtime. These teams have gone in, just like the Tide. You have high Tide and then you have low Tide. That's how these teams have been playing all night.
Yeah.
Except Immortals are kind of more at the high Tide stage.
They've been like the apple crumble / ice cream dream, hot and cold.
I have to find new analogies.
Yeah.
I feel like I have. This dessert analogy for apple crumble has been beaten.
Honestly, I think I'm going to go to the shops today and get an apple crumble and like have some apple crumble tonight. Just in honor.
It'll be a good way to end the week for us down here in Australia. You know, just kicking back.
It's Friday over here, so it's yeah, it's nice. I like Friday. Pro League Friday's always good.
For everyone over here in Australia, Fridays are good.
Yeah.
It means it's time to kick back after a long week, especially for us too, it's casting. But America, they've still got 1 day left. So I guess we can enjoy the early Friday, but we have an early Monday too.
Yeah.
Which is kind of a cop.
And anyway, let's have a look and see how NRG is going to close this out, because they do look like they might actually be able to close out this round.
Much cleaner.
Very clean as well. Once they get those guns in their hands, they just look a little bit better, a little bit sharper than Immortals in that one. Admittedly, the pistol looked pretty good for NRG too, so maybe that's good signs actually for NRG now heading into the second half. This grenade's not going to do all that much. The bomb goes down, Bolts goes down just afterwards. 10 on the board for NRG.
A lot of AKs kept as well, which means that NRG can keep their economy floating. Immortals don't have enough to... I was going to say, didn't have enough to justify a full buy. Might have to force, and they do. For Mars, 2 UMPs and 2 M4s.
It's not a good buy from Immortals. They do have a decent amount of utilities at least, but NRG has more. NRG has more favorable weapons as well. NRG has extra rounds on the board that they can play with here. So Immortals, it's not looking like a great situation for them right now, but definitely far from over. Bolts would have liked to have gotten that one. Marky, though, getting 2, opening things up so easily for NRG. The A bomb site now almost open. I guess Hanny's the only one giving any sort of contest over there. Daps in the meanwhile as well. Don't even know how he gets there. Fugly goes down to Lucas, but
they don't have bomb control.
No. So that's
Lucas
not good.
Shut this down. Marky has to smoke it off, and it's not safe. This could be around going in Immortals' way.
Could. Peter's just watching from truck down in towards CT to make sure no one can rotate up and take control of the A bomb site right now. It's up to Breezy and Marky to take control of that bomb and bring it back over. Definitely looks like they should be able to. Peter spots out Lucas, so these guys should be able to run through that smoke now, or at least put some pressure on. There's a flashbang. It's Lucas, but he won't be able to have enough done there. Marky getting 4 for the round, actually.
Big
Good work from him. And that sits 11 there for NRG now, forcing Immortals back onto the eco as well. Should make it through to 12. NRG, despite not getting that pistol, are already having a pretty good time in the T half.
Well, we're talking about Marky needing to step up his game in the second map, and he has done so. Great CT half, and he's now following it up with a couple of crucial picks. Especially when the Immortals are trying to dictate the tempo. If you can shut that down, it's crucial. Especially able to keep so many AKs, or 3 AKs. Daps and Fugly looking to build up their economy. They know Immortals are on the pistol buy. You see Fugly going to be coming quite close towards B main, going to potentially charge to the smoke, but it is a B site stack, and Fugly blinded out. No one's pushing him. He's going to be breathing a sigh of relief, but he won't be breathing a sigh of relief when he sees so many CTs waiting for him with their USBs.
Well, NRG should be around for them. Let's have a look and see what Fugly can do. Good chance for him to get some easy money. Daps as well, sitting over to the B bomb site. This looks like where NRG do want to head, and
they're heading straight into the stack.
They're heading right into the stack, but admittedly, they still have what they need to deal with this. So Daps looking forward, the smoke in towards Tree Room there, looking like it's going to be very, very impactful. Good job from NRG to cover each other off as well. So the crossfire is working out nicely for NRG, and that's exactly how the anti-eco should go for NRG.
And just basic Molotovs used to make sure that no more pressure can be applied from certain areas. And Bob's their uncle. They clean up. Daps, the only man who's quite low, needs to be careful of losing his life. He's only got the Mag 10 and armor, but would prefer to save the helmet and Kevlar to the next round. Bolt's just looking for any picks he can get for now. He only has a P250, and Fugly leading the charge. Will take him down quite easily with a Mag 10. So money go in the bank. 4 kills towards the SMGs. And Immortals, do they eco or do they force? If they force, it's not the best buy. But they're going to do it.
Well, this could be a risk for Immortals, but they've got weapons. They've got weapons. Just don't have that much utility. And NRG have looked very, very sharp so far throughout this second half. I feel as though the aim at the moment is favouring NRG. It's going their way. Particularly Marky and Fugly have looked pretty good, at least on this map. It was Breezy and Peter last map. Fugly and Marky this map, I think. That's good to see from NRG. They're all stepping up. They're all making things work.
Heavy mid presence from Immortals, boosting one into vent, then playing FNX close mid as well. A lot of emphasis by Immortals to retain mid control, where NRG, they're just going to play the default, just come back and allow the aggression to wash over them like water in the river over a rock. It's a good metaphor.
If you say so.
Water off a duck's back.
Water off a duck's back. Yeah.
Unless they're underwater, because the water doesn't really get off the duck's back. It just streamlines past.
Streamlines past. Yeah, they can swim really fast. Anyway.
How fast can ducks actually swim? You've actually piqued my interest.
I don't know, probably pretty quick.
Oh, that's something we need to find out.
They've got little flippers on their feet, right? So
inbuilt. That's cheating.
It is, but hey, that's the facts of life, mate.
That should ban ducks from swimming ever again. You're not allowed to swim. You got flippers. You don't allow that. We don't have flippers.
So does that mean we're not allowed to walk on the ground?
Well, ducks can walk. They've got feet.
Yeah, I guess. Gee, this has gone.
This has gone deep.
This cast has taken a turn for the worse.
I think it's gone quackers. FNX will win the deal with the M4 as I've managed to finally punt Elfish in towards Silence, and Lucas at checkers, able to take a few more kills. And Peter missing the shot at close range, but the flashbang means he's completely blinded out. Even Marky's blinded out, and he's dinked out. Henny charging forward with the M4, just spraying desperately for the final body tag. It's going to work out, and Immortals do win the force buy. A lot of money still for NRG to work with, though.
Plenty of money, and this is a chance for NRG really to put Immortals under the pump. They get this round, they reset the economy. Immortals can't buy next round, or yeah, they can, but it'll be a force buy. It won't be very good. Not as good as this one. And NRG then get 13, probably 14, probably win the map off that. So this round, super, super critical actually for Immortals. And if NRG can close it out, they might as well just be like, okay, night's done.
Orb in the hands of Henny. This is the first time that they've actually got the Orb in the hands of Henny on the CT side. He had some impact on the T side, but not as much.
Yeah.
We also found out how fast ducks can swim.
Yeah, I've just been looking at that. 1.2 to 1.6 miles per hour.
That's pretty quick.
What's the difference between duck speed and normal speed?
That is actually a good question. I don't think I want to know that.
But that's not
because
very
that's going
fast,
down a
really.
slippery slope of you try to learn more, and before you know it, you just got to go, what kind of species of ducks are there?
Then you're studying ducks at university or doing research papers on ducks. That'd be you, not me. I'm not smart enough for that.
I think you are smart enough, Elfish.
Ooh. Well,
Ducks are, it's finding the field of interest, and NRG, their field of interest so far is trying to dominate the opposition's heads.
definitely.
Masters in headshotting. Maybe Peter is majoring in sniper rifling.
Yeah, yeah.
PhDs.
No, he's doing a double degree because he can
Double
rifle as
degree.
well.
Have we seen
What
the
do they
rifle
call
at
that
it?
in America? A double degree? Maybe a double degree?
Double major?
I don't know. It's called
Everything
double degree
is-
in Australia.
Then what would double be upside down as they're coming onto the A side?
I don't know, but we're about to find out here. NRG, Molotov's being sent in the direction of Immortals, but Steel answers first. Running one, he's got a chance to get a couple more there, actually. They lined up for him, but not quite hitting the shots. NRG capitalized upon it. Fugly finding another kill for himself. The A bomb site completely open now for NRG. It's 4 versus 2. Just Lucas left alive.
Yeah, Mark, you can hear him sprinting up highway. Easy turnaround. 4 guns retained for NRG. Immortals probably need to just eco this. They want to buy up in the next one, but they'll be 14-9. NRG, they need to capitalize on this opportunity and close this half out in their favor.
Yeah,
they cannot allow this map to go.
Train 2.0.
Can't allow it to be Train 2.0.
Yeah. It's been like this already for NRG, and they weren't able to close it out. They were actually at, what, 15 and 12. They had a lot of map points to play with and didn't manage to even take it through to overtime. Was it 14 and 12?
It was 15 and 12 at one
15
stage.
and 12. Yeah, they did take it to... No, they didn't take it to overtime. It was 16-14. It was Luminosity that was 14
Ah,
and
yes,
12.
you're right.
But it was really good for NRG in the first half of Train. They got to a similar situation to this, and then they let Immortals come right back into it, and in the end actually win that first map. If you didn't see it, it was 16-14 in the favor of Immortals. Massive comeback from them in the second half.
Yeah, Phoenix with a Desert Eagle. This makes me scared, but Daps, potentially even a little bit more scared, does decide to dart around, and Bolt's just chiming in with damage. Does tag Breezy only once. Daps playing safe, waiting for one of the Immortal players to potentially push in, but NRG have been spooked. They don't want anything to do at the A site. They are going to slowly make their way back to B. Steel and Lucas. But Lucas instantly drops the AWP of Peter, able to get the entry. And there's a Molotov towards back of Checkers. No one there, but still holding close Checkers. You can see NRG. They know that this potential is here, and Marky crouching will be able to take the engagement one-on-one. And now all Immortals just scattered about, had to try to take the one-on-one aim, or one-on-3 aim deals in that case for Henny. And it won't work out in the favor for them. NRG should be able to pick up this round 14-9. Deagles, maybe FNX should save his. He's got body armor. Bolts go for the kills, but Daps on the hunt behind, just tapping away. And FNX just going to lurk and try to stay alive. Maybe he has to make off, swimming away in duck speed.
Probably not going to be fast enough, to be honest. But
Probably not.
Nicely executed anti-eco from NRG. Losing now just 1 gun so far. FNX with the MAT 10. It's not going to help him next round, in reality. He'd be wanting more, but he's probably not going to get more at this point. Although, Peter is going to peek into him. FNX, what can he do? Not much just yet. And Peter does take him down in the end. So, really nice anti-eco from NRG. The only gun they dropped, the MAT 10. So, whatever.
Henny, glass cannon or no body armor to back it up. Lucas has to debate whether to go for an M4 no utility or a weaker weapon such as a FAMAS or UMP. It's a difficult decision to make. There is no kit on the side of Immortals. This is important to note. 14-9, no kit. If NRG are able to get their way onto a bomb site, force it to a 2-on-2, and just chew away time, Immortals do not have the utility to deny areas. They don't have smoke grenades, maybe flashbangs towards a retake, and that's it. And that does not bode well if NRG can crack their way open.
It definitely doesn't.
Big if.
And, well, it's not necessarily, because NRG have looked very, very good so far in this second half. They picked up 5 rounds on the T side. Immortals only 3. So you say if, it probably is an if, but they have been generally being able to crack their way into these bomb sites. Marky caught with a grenade out, though. That's a little bit silly from him, and a good shot from Bolts, actually, to take down the bomb. This might actually be the if that NRG didn't want.
Yeah, and Immortals do manage to upgrade a few of their guns as well. If Steel can get there in time, no, he cannot. He has to stay with the FAMAS. Maybe able to give that over towards Bolt, who is deciding what he's going to get. No, Lucas decides to be the brother-in-arms. Gives him an M4 and keeps the AK-47 for himself. And NRG can force back up. They've won a lot of rounds, and Breezy will pick up the AK-47. NRG most likely will play a much slower round. They tried for a faster A-site execute. Did not work out.
Yeah, they split up a little bit more default now. Oh, Henny, though, takes down Peter, winning the AWP duel. So NRG having to come out of this one from the start with essentially a player disadvantage. It's not easy. Not easy at all. Steel, is he up on the boost? Or is he just sitting down at the bottom of it?
I think just underneath the bottom of the boost, but they are slowly crawling out towards A-site. And Mark has actually made his way out and punishes FNX for not checking Forklift fast enough. And Fugly's cracked open the A-site with the other headshot towards Bolts. Still
Fugly,
now on the fast.
Yeah, he's watching A main. This is not good at all for Immortals. He re-peeks though while he's still reloading. I'm not 100% sure why he would do that, but Breezy does at least take one down. So still player advantage here for NRG. Bomb is down. Post plan's pretty good here for NRG as well. There's a big crossfire set up on the site. And Henny has a lot to do with just the AWP.
Has to go for it. Marky is above him.
He can just jump down on top of him.
If Henny hit that, would have been ridiculous. And he still gets the kill with the USP. Daps, 25 HP up against the 1 HP. There's the flashbang. All it needs is a single bullet, and Henny can't land the headshot. NRG going to match point, but that was a little bit closer than what it should have been.
Resets the economy as well of Immortals here. I think we might be all said and done on Cache, but we'll find out whether Immortals are going to have something to say about that. They are, of course, going to be buying into this one as much as they can, but it has been quite a comprehensively played out game so far from NRG. They've looked good on the CT side. They've looked good on the T side. Admittedly, they have let a few rounds slip away to Immortals, which they maybe shouldn't have, but overall, they're still feeling pretty comfortable and looking pretty comfortable to close out this one.
And, well, only with Deagles to work with mainly. Single for Mars on Steel. This may be over for them. NRG have not dropped an anti-eco this half, which is a vast improvement from their train game. When they were on the CT side, they dropped a few anti-ecos. Just to close it up, 16-10.
Yeah, they are.
They don't want this to bleed on any longer. You give Immortals a little bit more momentum.
Well, you give Immortals another chance like they had on Train, and Immortals is going to take it. So now is the time for NRG. They have to close it out here.
They'll have opportunities in the future, but this is the best opportunity.
They do have opportunities in the future, but if you've got it now, if not now, then when?
Especially against Deagles. Henny's just going to get the first Deagle kill on Marky. And, well, Fugly's already low, down towards 21 HP, and FNX still wants this kill, and Daps comes across. Goes, no, you cannot touch my brother. And he is going to try to spray his way towards a headshot. It's not going to work out. But Immortals, no utility to work with. Breezy just making sure that Bolts has not pushed through from behind. And Bolts will be pushing through. Breezy checks this at the right time. Oh my goodness, what is with them just reloading and peeking corners?
I don't know.
Basic errors.
The B site now, though, the option of choice for NRG. This should be an easy clean-up for Fugly. The low HP player making it work. And FNX in the vent. He's so crucial right now, but they do check it. I thought they weren't going to. Daps finding 2. This is pretty much it now. 17 seconds just to get that bomb down, but Bolts won't be able to deny that. That's for sure. And trying to retake with a CZ. Cleaned up easily there by Peter. So 16-10. That one on Cache. Going the way of NRG. They secure the 1-1 at least tonight and prove us correct. I thought it was going to be close. It was close. Good match between the two teams.
Cage looking a lot more comfortable for NRG. A couple of critical rounds going in their favor meant after they won those, they shouldn't have dropped the ball. It looked close, probably about the midway mark. They just excelled forward, just accelerated, able to take the rest of the rounds, and that was an easy victory afterwards compared to their train game where they kind of let things slip. NRG, I think Immortals will be happy with the 1-1, especially given on how Train went.
Yeah,
they probably
for
felt,
sure.
They probably felt, oh, NRG were playing a little bit better, so 1-1 tonight, not bad. But for NRG, I think the 1-1's going to be disappointing.
I agree. I think the 1-1's disappointing. You know, they would have wanted to close out that one on Train. They really should have closed that one out on Train. Probably around the same scoreline that they had here, considering the start that they had on the T half. 10-5 was the scoreline after they moved over to CT, and from that point, you have to think, well, we should have this pretty easily wrapped up. But Immortals were quite good on the T side. Not quite good enough, though, on Cache, and they don't get the job done there. But overall, a 1 apiece. I think that's a fairly even, like a fair result. That's what we would have expected coming into this one. And neither team could really go away from that one thinking, well, we didn't quite get enough out of that.
it's been a solid night of Counter-Strike for all the games being played on the B stream today, going 1-1 apiece overall.
Yep.
So I think all the teams, sure, not the 2-0s they envisioned. You know, those are the dreams that you go to sleep of. I want to win 2-0 every single match that I play. Well, it's going 1 for 1. You lose one, but you win some, and you get some points, and you have points to work on for next week. Where to improve, what can we do to further better ourselves next time?
Yeah, definitely some good points for both NRG and Immortals to come out of each respective maps. Obviously, Immortals, you can see they have that mental fortitude to be able to come back into things there on Train. NRG, a lot of their players stepping up on Cache after some lackluster performances on Train. But as we look back over how the results of today have gone, thoroughly unsurprising over on the mainstream to see Renegades finding 2 over Selfless and SK to find 2 over Misfits. On our own stream, I'm a little surprised to see Winterfox being able to get 1 over Luminosity, but they did perform quite well on that map on Cobble. Emag, shout out to him for having that good game, and then, well, they went down pretty convincingly on Cache. We've just seen Immortals up against NRG go 16-14 the way of Immortals in the first map, 16-10 to NRG on the second, so yeah, pretty evenly matched split across both of those games today.
I was going to say, for Cobble as well as Train, I think the story was the CT half was too weak for both teams.
Yeah.
For all 4 teams involved today on more of the execution-based maps, CT half was a little bit weaker. Winterfox did better on Cache this time around, but it wasn't enough. And I think they still dropped the CT half 5-10, and then Luminosity picked up the pistol round and just closed it off on their own CT half. So
pretty much.
That was, I guess, a story. Teams need to pick up their anti-ecos, also need to hold on and make sure they don't drop any of their execution-based maps.
Well, having a look at how the standings have ended up after this week, looking pretty good for Winterfox. At least they get off the bottom of the scoreboard. Now Selfless securely the only one sitting with only 1 single map win. Now we see NRG still secure in 3rd position, Luminosity still in 5th. Actually, did they overtake Optic just then?
They have overtaken both Liquid as well as... Well, Luminosity has shot up a bit, and NRG now solidifying themselves as 3rd, so Liquid now falling a little bit more behind. I was wondering why Liquid's score is 9-4, but because that doesn't make much sense.
Oh well.
Doesn't make much sense. That's an odd number, so it'll be NRG and Liquid, I think, tied for 3rd apiece.
Right. Yeah.
That'd be the most important part to get out of it.
Yeah, but nothing entirely too surprising out of those standings there. Nothing too surprising out of tonight's matches. Good takeaways for Winterfox. Probably disappointing for Luminosity, but I think both NRG and Immortals will be reasonably happy with how tonight has gone. So overall, good night of Counter-Strike. Can't complain about it at all.
A little solid viewing. So teams just going head-to-head. We were expecting NRG and Immortals to be close. It was close, going down to the wire on Train, and it was fun to watch. Yeah,
we'll have a look here at how things are going to be coming up in the next week of match days. Match day number 16. We do have a little bit going on the second stream because we have to catch up on a few of the matches that we may have missed. So Optic and Cloud9 for us, that's going to be a very, very good one, actually.
Jeez, Optic playing 4 games in the day.
Yeah, that's going to be a big day for them. But look, they're professionals. That's what they've got to do. SK and Optic over on the mainstream to start off the day, and then Liquid and Winterfox to close that one out. So some really good games actually coming out in match day number 16. Looking forward to that one.
Yeah, I mean, looking forward towards Optic and Cloud9. That's one that we probably normally wouldn't see on our stream.
No, that'd be nabbed up straight away by the mainstream, but I guess we're the lucky ones that get to cast that. So that is going to be a very, very good match. It's like almost, you know, the top teams really in North America, like Cloud9, Optic, SK. Those are the ones that I look at to be really, really strong in the competitive sense. So I think that's going to be a really crucial matchup in the grand scheme of things.
Absolutely. It's going to determine who's going to make it towards the top and, well, maybe towards the top of the middle of the pack. So it will affect seeding more as opposed towards actual placements. I think all of these teams are comfortable enough to go, yeah, we can qualify for finals, but it's just going to be, okay, we don't want to really verse SK, so we better perform better. Because I don't think anyone wants to verse SKs when it comes finals season.
No, definitely not. But that's going to be it from us tonight. That's all coming up in our next match date. Number 16, we'll have to bid you good night for now. But until then, have a good one.